Uh, hey, it's my contention that there are 10 types of photography subjects. Maybe you could tell me if there's another main branch. And yeah, this is mostly serious, but a little bit of humor. We all know what a paparazzi is. It's someone who is a star chaser. You know, they're out there with speed lights sitting on their hot shoe, continuous high, with a telephoto lens sticking outside the window of like a van, or like sticking the lens inside the limo window. So paparazzi, number one. Number two, PJ photog, photojournalist. You know, a newsie. Some people used to call them newsies, news photographers for magazines and for newspaper. Someone who shoots models and glamour shots and nudes. I've always thought of them as glamorizzis. Well, what do you think is a good name for them? Glamorizzi? Bird shooters, bird hunters, and it's actually relaxing to do that. It's certainly low key. I mean, I spent years skydiving, so I've done thousands of jumps. Got permanent hard creases in my legs, which are kind of ugly looking from hard openings. So I've done a lot of adrenaline. Yeah, bird shooting is fun and it's low key, and you know, it's kind of like hunting without having to blow something's brains out, right? Which it's kind of like politically correct hunting. Feather freaks. What would you think of call them? I'm not making fun of them. Feather freaks. I've always called them biffies. Birds in flight, BIF. So I've called bird photographers biffies. So no, I'm not putting them down. People that like taking a black and white, high ISO grainy shots of like, homeless street bums, or like some old woman. You've always seen this photograph. Everybody takes this photograph. They got some like old homeless woman or some old chick like, dragging on a cigarette on a park bench, and it's like high ISO, and they convert it to black and white, and that always makes the magazine. It's like if you want to get published, you need to go to the park and find some old broad. It looks like she's seen a lot of action in her life, and she's like dragging on a cigarette, and she's got like a tear in her pantyhose or something. And then you convert that to black and white, and you submit that to a photography magazine. They love that. They'll always publish that. A shutterbug. To me, these are the people that I always thought should be called shutterbugs. There's another type, they like taking pictures of, I'm not making fun of any of these type of photographers, okay? It's whatever you like, that's good, express yourself, get freaky, whatever. People that like shoot abstract things like peeling paint on a building, like on an old rusty building, or they like shooting in abandoned buildings, or they'll like go into a tomb or crypt in subterranean France or Italy and like take pictures of gruesome stuff, and or they'll take pictures of like rusty doorknobs with spider webs on them, or like pictures of store window mannequins. I call these artsies. Artsies. These are the pictures that always show up in the Art Nouveau photography magazines. I always, I don't know what you call them. I've called them artsies. Wedding photographers. Chapel chasers. I don't know where I actually heard that first, but I heard it ages ago. Maybe you got your own term for wedding photographers. Chapel chasers. People who shoot test charts and will set up like bottles of laundry detergent, and they'll like take tripod test shots at various ISOs. And they take high ISO tests of like stuffed animals to show the contrast. I know I've done more than a few shots like that, but I do gear testing. It doesn't mean I don't enjoy hanging a test chart on the wall and taking a picture of it. There's nothing enjoyable about that type of photography. Some people love to actually do. It's like, you actually like doing that, do you? It's like, yeah. Button sniffers. If someone is reviewing gear to be helpful and you take pictures of stuff like that, that's one thing. That's a valid reason. But someone actually likes doing that rather than getting out of the house and taking pictures, that's something else. That's button sniffer. I don't know what you think an appropriate name for it. People that, rather than being paid, which, a job's a job, people that go to like a riot and they go to wars, not being paid to go to a war or front line, but actually they want to be there to take the shots. Riots, wars, fights, like antagonistic marches and protests where people are throwing crap at each other and beating other human beings over the face with you always see these people, and there'll be a crowd, and there'll be like two dumbasses in the crowd. They'll be like slugging each other, and the blood will be flying, and someone will have a speed light on top of their Nikon or something, and they're like this. Call these people drama queens. They're not getting paid for it. Some of them might get paid for the shot, or they're looking for the magic shot. And I understand the excitement factor. I've actually done that before, and I actually see the allure of doing it. I think someone once called these photographers Grim Reapers, or I just think they're drama queens. But I do see the fun in it and fun of it. But I've actually seen a lot of stuff and I've seen it personally being there, where the photographer is looking for the right shot, and it'll be pointing the camera down in the action over top of the heads of others, like, yeah, do it. They're not just taking pictures, they're actually making the pictures. They're trying to egg people on so that they can get really cool shot that they can maybe sell or like put up on their portfolio, like, yeah, look, I got that shot. And you're going, yeah, but you're the one that antagonized them, which I've seen happen more than a few times. So those are the 10 types: glamorazzi, paparazzi, PJ. Oh, I forgot one: sports shooters, people that shoot basketball games, football games. Mostly people are getting paid, of course. Maybe it's an unflattering term. I mean, I see the fun of it. I'm not a fan of sports, however. I call this sort of work a jockstrap work. Jockstrap. People that are just at the sidelines of the football, basketball, baseball games, taking a picture of, someone sweating their butt off as they're about to dunk a ball, or, so glamorazzi, paparazzi, PJ, a jockstrap, a feather freak, or I call them biffies, birds in flight, biffy, a biffy photographer, a shutterbug, an artsy photographer, someone likes taking pictures of peeling paint, a chapel chaser, a button sniffer, and a drama queen / grim reaper, people that are out there taking pictures of riots and, oftentimes antagonizing, the opponent, so they'll actually engage in something that'll make better photographic material. So let me know what you think. That was my synopsis on the 10 types of photographic genre to take shots of. Okay? Thanks.